Here we go again. We're up to about number 5. 5 for Kidz 2014, raising money for Ruru School, and it's sponsored by Otautau Tractor and Machinery. In the blue corner, we've got Nick the Boogie Monster Kuoi. He's sponsored by McKnight and Brown, the finest menswear shop this side of Savile Row. He's aged 30. He's 90 kgs, 181 centimetres in height, and his reach 187 centimetres. Get a look at him in a minute. He's up against Jimmy Ironwood Ferris, sponsored by Log Marketing New Zealand Limited. He's also 30. He's 91 kgs. He's 176 in height and he's 181 centimetres in reach. And you'd have to say that once again is a fine, even match-up in terms of physicality. Brendan Oren and Devon Heats with me in commentary. Looking forward to this. If they've got any breath left after the first few fights.
Well, look, I've been looking forward to this one. Nick Kuoi, he's come back from Perth a few years ago. He's now a local electrician in town, ex-army. So they do a bit of boxing in the army. So I'm expecting that Nick might show a few very good moves, but he's going to be up against it. Now with a name like Jimmy Ironwood Ferris, you know he's going to be hard.
What are your respective nicknames? Devon, what's yours for the crowd? Tell us.
Pretty obvious. I had no choice, and I was no way I was allowed to make a new one up. So
you had to keep your traditional.
Yeah.
Well, Brendan, what are you, Brendan? Just to tell our audience in anticipation.
Well, I believe they're calling me politically correct.
Not very menacing, is it? There we go. Here is Nick the Boogie Monster Kuoi, and that is a little bit more threatening. Not looking too nervous there, just taking in the deep breaths and doing the preparation. He's a fit type. And, both the same age, the same height, virtually the same weight. It's going to be a fantastic competition, because in these events it's very hard to get those close matches. Here's the entry for Jimmy Ferris. The big introduction from Sean Bellew as the red lights spin around the stadium. Focus on the entrance of the red corner.
Tom, I was watching Jimmy spar the other night, and he's got a very, very good uppercut. Probably one of his favourite shots. So it's going to be very interesting. Nick's going to keep his elbows pretty close and keep him out of there, I'd imagine.
Well, that's a hard punch to master and get accurate, isn't it? So he was looking good in preparation. It could be a very handy tool.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see if he throws it. Here's the pictures. Look at the eyes. They say, look at the eyes. Who's the more determined? Who's the more focused? They look both quite casual in their photos, Stu.
Nick's looking pretty casual.
Yeah, it is. He's looking cool.
Yeah.
He's looking cool. It's all great fun when you're in the preparation for the bout. It's not just the boxing. There's the photos and the getting dressed up and getting the right boots on and really feeling part of the true sport of boxing as a spectacle. I feel very much part of the boxing family. You're in the ring. It might be the one and only time you're there. You might not be in it for long, so you've got to enjoy it.
He's got a little faith, eh, Dan? Maybe many things, mate, but I'm not an easy man. So we'll see. I've played a little bit of water polo around the world, and it's pretty mean when you have some 7-foot Hungarians coming at you. So I don't have any confidence, but I am going to be easy. But here we go.
Here we
Boys
go.
come in. Nice left-right combination there from Kuoi. Here we go. Look at those punches flying.
Yeah, Kuoi's busy early.
Got a flurry going there, but the hands are up.
No chance for Ferris to get his uppercut going just yet, although Kuoi is
Here it comes.
Oh, that was it.
Come,
on
Devon.
Call. On cue.
Just keep an eye out for it. He'll bring it back.
It's the one that you often don't see coming.
Well, Jimmy just needs to settle down as part of the first round. He just needs to settle down.
Stop your opponent from scoring by getting your gloves up. They don't score off the gloves. They've got to make the contact area to let them burn the energy off early. Here's a tip for you both. And here comes Kuoi, but a little bit unorthodox and not heavily scoring on the attack yet. Ferris moving nicely. He's going to have to move again because he's in a bit of trouble at the moment. He's getting a couple of punches around the head and he just moves out of the corner. Nice craftsmanship, nice ringmanship. Didn't get plugged down into the corner. Ring craft is something you learn very, very quickly indeed when someone's showering you with punches.
Well, you can see now it's a pretty evenly match. Here comes Nick, the Boogie Monster. Kuoi puts in a couple. Got that ex-army training coming in, but pretty even round. How would you call that one?
Yeah, I'd sort of pretty much favour Nick there. He landed a few. He looks good on his feet. And he's another boxer that's really, really well balanced. He's moving around the ring really, really well. Jimmy's just got to just slow down and use a bit of science behind his boxing and just make sure he's landing those punches, not wasting too much energy.
And the punches coming in and not scoring a lot though, hitting the gloves, no points there, no points for a miss. So that's clever play by Ferris. He's got himself beautifully out of trouble.
Well, he's moving well. You see him bouncing on his feet there and, you know, got his guard up. So he negated a lot of those hits. But look, it's quite interesting because, you know, in the round it's the longest 1.5 minutes of your life, and when you're sitting down it's the quickest minute.
That's right. And slow motion shows how often you missed. So if you look at the big screen thinking you scored a flurry of points, you might have to think again.
Here we go. Kuoi and Ferris.
Oh,
big
that's a
smash.
Score. No doubt about that.
Goes back into the lock there.
Ferris looking for more.
Yeah.
Separated by the referee, making sure there's none of this leaning and resting.
Oh, Ferris going on the attack now. Kuoi's got his hands up. Ferris marching in. Throws a wild haymaker. Here we go. Left combination. Nice left there by Kuoi. Throws a left right. Arms go up with Ferris. Here they come again. This is just, these guys are relentless. Ferris moving forward. Kuoi comes back.
It's a good work rate by Kuoi. He's continually nibbling away at Ferris. Ferris is trying to get in there, but he's just not scoring enough, I don't think, at the moment to make an impression. But he's got to finish this second round well. Remind the judges that he's very much in the frame.
Oh, nice straight left by Kuoi. Uses the ropes well. Another one coming in. These are big scoring rounds. Good scoring hits, but I don't think that headlock is quite legal.
That's what the referee says too.
He's obviously got clean armpits, Brendan.
If they go again, Kuoi just looking to get that straight right, following his left jab. And there's the end of round two, and it's the torrid battle out there as they all have been. About 5. Slight advantage, we think, to Kuoi. They are experts in the commentary box here. In the red corner, scratching their heads. What can we do to turn a result in our favour?
Well, you know, Kuoi got some good scoring points there, but once again, you know, you can't fault the commitment and the courage of this red corner. But here we go, nice straight left.
Yeah, there's a scorer there.
Yeah, Ferris gets his hand up, gets a right hook in. Yeah, but you see how Ferris just comes back. Bit of a wild swing, but here he just about connects, but not quite. But that one did.
Yeah,
so,
point there, definitely a point.
Yeah, he's got that left sort of swinging jab, and here's another one over the top. So there's a couple of good scoring points, and you see, although Kuoi gets a couple of hits in, the gloves are up and they just bounce off those gloves. So, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if Ferris even managed to take that round, but so close for us to call here.
It is very close, and the replays have just made us have a second think about the scoring here. Of course, the judges have already done their scoring. They don't get the benefit of hindsight. That's what they see at the moment. And at the moment, Kuoi is still the aggressor, but Ferris coming in occasionally with a big one. Now on the front foot, coming forward, trying to pin Kuoi back, but Kuoi comes to the centre of the ring. That's clever. dictating the terms if you're in the middle of the ring throwing in the jabs.
Jimmy's got to hop in. I can see he's a wee bit fitter than Nick, so he's just got to hop in there and just work that man for the last sort of minute of the round.
And it's dead right. The fit man can take that third round, and so often it's the decider. So if you've just got that ounce of energy more than your opponent. Loose shots here, but the occasional cuff. Not heavily scoring either party at the moment. Kuoi can't sit on the lead that we think he might have, a slender lead, but Ferris, surely he's got a chance. The last 30 seconds or so, he's got to make every punch count.
Well, you can see here comes Kuoi. And the round's over, and again, boy, that one very, very close.
It's another one that I can hear the term split decision beckoning, but I'm not sure, and neither is the red corner, whether they did enough to tip it in their favour. Looking for their first victory of the night, and their boxers have put in a Herculean effort, but they haven't managed to snatch one yet.
Yeah, well, once again, you know, look, these guys both going at it, no give in either of them, and what a tremendous fight that was. Going to be a split decision here, but once again, you can't take away from the courage and commitment of both of these fighters.
It is a split decision. We've had confirmation of that. Let's go to ringside if they're ready. Maybe they're having another add up just to make sure it's that close. Trophies are ready. The referee's calling both boxes to the centre of the ring. Stand by, everyone at home, for the final call on this. Which way will it go? Will it go red? Will it go blue? Here's the announcement from Sean Bailey.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, forget about the thriller in Manila. There can be only one winner, and it's a split decision. Put your hands together for the red.
Oh, the red's got one. Jimmy, the Ironwood Ferris has picked up a victory for the red corner. And that would have been that late rally in the third round when he looked fit and just scored enough. And smiles from Dave Barkley as they celebrate that first victory. And what a performance, and you'd have to say, I think he came from behind to win it and won it well.
Yeah, well, you know, it takes a lot of courage to cop the sort of hits he was taking, that punishment, and just keep on coming like a steam train. And just awesome, great courage there, and a well-deserved win to Jimmy the Ironwood Ferris. But once again, great stuff from Nick the Boogie Monster Kuoi as well. Both these guys winners on the night. Next fight's going to be very, very interesting. These two men coming up next, extremely evenly poised, both equally confident, and I think this is going to be a real hard-hitting fight. Our next fight with Turi the Tank Dallas up against Brad the Undertaker Johnson.